just a normal softball game, and we will come out on top. But anything but it. It was a great game. Tip your hat to LSU. That was the fifth time we played, and we were 2-2 going into the fifth game, and that says I think we're pretty even. But we've had a great rivalry, tremendous respect for Coach Beth. She's brought back the LSU UL season game, which is just so important for our program. But not only that, for the younger kids that play softball in Southeast Louisiana and Southwest Louisiana and all over Louisiana. And without her cooperation, couldn't have that game, and it's been important to not only our program but our area. And we've had a great rivalry. And up until now, we kind of we've lost one, we've won to them because they've got a great program and great coaching staff. So tip your hat to them. I thought we got out to a real good lead in the first inning, and got up 6-0. And anytime you score that early, they're going to make a run. And they did. They did what great teams do. They made their run, and they got the lead 7-6, and I'm just trying to let the pace just keep it calm in the dugout. I felt really good about our kids coming back. At that point, we only had 3 hits, and we were beneficiary of some walks and timely hits early. A huge grand slam by Jordan. So I knew we had more hits on, and I remember saying we had 3 hits. And I said, what we got to do, we got 3 innings left. Let's make that 3 a 9. I told the girls, let's get that 3 to 9. We get 9 hits, we'll win the game. That's kind of a benchmark we've used all year. 9 hits, we'll win, and timely hits. And then I thought the 7th inning, Lauren leading off, I said, look, don't try to be a hero. Just you get a good pitch, you'll get a good hit. You get a good hit, we'll get good results, and we'll win the game. And that was all we said. She got a great pitch, got a hit, another great hit by Carter Heath, and then Jordan did her thing and put us ahead for the win. And then a tremendous effort by our pitching staff to have each other's back and just string it together. And Chloe Riasetto, freshman, really pitched good, not just today, but both days in this tournament, and made a huge impact. So that kind of how the last game went in my mind.
Across 2 games today, Carly Heath with 3 RBIs, Jordan Campbell with 8. Questions for the student athletes?
Jordan, what you see that last at bat? Watching it, it looked like they were trying to steal strikes. When we talked to Beth, and she said they were trying to get the intentional walk. From the batter's perspective, what did you see?
Well, the ball was coming. It was still over the plate, so he was still calling them strikes. I noticed there was an intentional walk, and I didn't know if there was something they were trying to confuse me or anything, but at that point I had 2 strikes on me, so I was just trying to protect the plate and hit something to the right side to score the runner at third. So that's what I did.
Jordan, for you, just how big was it to come up big in this regional on this day when you knew you guys had to have it?
It was really big. I know today we had a lot of talk, especially in the dugout throughout the day, about this being potentially our seniors' last day. And we've got 3 senior pitchers, and they've given everything to this program. So we wanted to keep their streak alive, keep them going into this tournament.
Jordan, talk about the 3-run homer in the first.
So Alexa was up to bat before me, and I noticed that she was getting a lot of off-speed pitches. So I was thinking, wait on it. Obviously hit something to the right side, score some runners, and I was early. I was ahead in the count. It was 2-0, so I knew she had to come with a strike, so I swung as hard as I could.
This is bombs.
With the grand slam, my second at bat in the first game, they were coming in hard inside, so I was just prepping for something hard inside that first at bat in that first game, and that's what she did. So I turned on it as hard as I could, and it hit the foul pole.
Jordan, you only batted twice in pinch hitting roles before that 3-run homer. What was going through your mind as the regional went on?
I was coming in situations where runners needed to score. So that's my job, come in, hit the runners in, and that's what my mindset was in the game, always just being prepared to come in and score whoever I needed to.
Carly, talk about first pitch. Lauren got a hit. You got up. I don't think it was the first pitch, but it was early. Like, y'all were aggressive. Just talk about the mindset going into that.
I always try to stay aggressive. I know that I'm pretty much only going to get one pitch to hit, and I just didn't want to do too much. I tried to stay in myself, and I knew I was only going to get one pitch, so I took advantage of it and tried to stay in myself and let my team behind me get us in. You know, it's hard to be a pitcher and intentionally walk somebody. It's very, very hard and it's very difficult. And so runners definitely have to keep an eye on them just in case there's one wild pitch. I've seen it happen a bunch of times throughout my career. So you just always have to keep your heads up.
Carly, for you being a senior, I mean, to know that your season doesn't end here and you get to keep playing, how good does that feel?
It feels really good. You know, I talked about it earlier. In the sixth inning, I was like, I'm going to get sick. I was like, there were so many emotions going through my body. And when Maddie got that last out, it's just that's how I lost my voice. I was just screaming at the top of my lungs and just crying in happy tears, knowing that we're still going to play. I can still play college softball.
Carly, a week ago at the selection show, you kind of talked about how the team felt disrespected that you guys weren't hosting. Now that there is a possibility that you could be hosting a super, is that somewhat vindication for you guys?
We are right now definitely cheering for McNeese, to pull it out and get that win. And I think it'd be really good for our city and the whole state of Louisiana for us hosting super regionals and even to play, probably playing McNeese. So I do hope that we do get to host super regionals and make it to the World Series.
Ladies, whoever wants to answer, can y'all just speak to the resilience showing today, not only forcing the simply a game 7, but obviously pulling it off?
Okay. I know, after the first game, I was like, we're going to win this. We're going to win 2. And I wasn't going down. I told my team, I said, we're not going down without a fight. I said, we didn't win one game for nothing. Let's win again. And I just knew that we just all have that fight. Two more outs. Hey, mic check, mic check.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay, repeat the question first. Okay. Yeah, after the first game, we got that win, and we just showed fight throughout that first game, with Jordan's home run, and just everybody showing fight. Everybody's playing good defense. Hitters are hitting the ball, and then we got in that second game, and things didn't go away for an inning, and I came back in, and I came to the team, and we were like, we're going to fight. Hello.
Oh, there we go.
So at the beginning of the first game, we started fighting, and we fought all the way to the end, and I'm really proud of our team for that. Thank you.
Struggle defensively, and then when the comes up with a big play in 7. Talk about the last play. I mean, it was a struggle defensively today, but then Alexa makes a huge play for catching the 7.
Yeah, it's always good. I mean, especially after an error, you try to pick yourself up and not keep yourself down.
Your minutes plan has expired.
Your minute plan has expired. Yeah.
About this was the deciding game of the whole season, and you're in the circle. I mean, what were you thinking?
You know, I was just thinking it was going to take guts. I went out there and just played my game, and I just knew that I was just going out there with my heart and my guts. You know, not thinking that this could possibly be my last time pitching or my last college game, but just going out there with guts and like, I'm going to go at you. So come and get it.
Jordan, talk about this season. Last season you played every day. You pretty much played the same position. This year you were all over the place. Started some, didn't start some. And in the most important day of the year, you were the hero. Like, how did you get to that point mentally?
A lot of that definitely had to do with my teammates. You know, we play for each other. We have a very, very close bond, and whether I'm on the field, on the bench, pinch hitting, starting the game, I feel like, you know, being selfless and playing for them is what really gets me through all of that.
We saw you get a chance to celebrate with your dad afterwards. Raced for a very long time. Just what did that moment mean for you? I know after transferring in, coming here, finally getting a chance to win a regional, what was that moment like?
Honestly, I have nothing to compare to. It was amazing. I know, especially for my dad, he saw me after this past season. I had knee surgery, going through all of that, and walking, and then getting cleared to play, getting cleared to practice, all of that. He's seen me struggle through a lot of that, so I know we bonded over that, and it was amazing.
For both of you guys, Carly, just the emotional roller coaster that this particular game was. How did you guys stay level, or at least level enough to not allow LSU to come back to eventually be your team?
There was many times during the game, Coach Glasgow and other coaches came up to us and just like, stay in the moment, stay yourself. I told Lauren before her last at bat, I was like, be you, be yourself. Don't try to be big right now. Just be yourself, get on base, and we'll follow you the rest of the way. So I think that helps a lot, especially for the younger girls, that this is their first time ever being here, and I just think that helped a lot for them to stay in the moment.
I definitely agree with that, and I think a lot of that also had to do with the veterans on the team. Like Carly, she really stayed calm, and like she said, she was leading us through that a lot, and especially coming up and hitting that home run to get the game in a one-run difference, like that really did a lot for our team.
Jordan, Carly, thank you for your time. We'll try and finish up with Coach. Congratulations.
Thank you.
We'll get some questions for Coach before the lights may go out again.
When y'all beat him here, she played a huge role in it. She hadn't really pitched that much in the last month, and yet she was huge this week.
It goes back to her background as a travel ball player. She played on good teams, and she played in national championships. You know, she minimized damage. I can remember her coach telling me, Nathan Nelson, saying, Chloe Riaceto minimizes damage better than any pitcher I've ever had. The reason she does that, she stays calm and collected, and she's poised. And we've been careful with her, but we've really just had to be patient with her because we got the upperclassmen all want the ball ahead of her. And so we know she's there. We got great faith in her. You could tell that we put her in every kind of bind you could put her in Florida. You know, we threw her in the fire over and over and over. And, you know, probably her parents are thinking, what the heck's he doing? He keeps putting her in with the bases loaded in second, third, no out and stuff like that. But she's good at that, and she's tough. She's mentally tough, extremely tough. And it just, you know, we used her when we had to use her, and we tried to let the upperclassmen take the ball and let them take the burden off her and let her grow slow. And today, this weekend, she rose up. She was huge for our program, as you all know. Is who? Jordan Campbell's. She's been a warrior for our ball club. There's been nothing easy about this season for Jordan, for me, for our team. It's when you're a ball club, you're a family, and it was a tough year and things that private in the team atmosphere, and Jordan's been just all the way through, worked her butt off, been a great warrior. She got mentally tougher because of where we've been. I have too. And, you know, this season taught us all, like it taught us all that we got to have everybody. And I think that's the biggest thing you see with this particular team. And I told them about a week ago, they've taught me I'm 65 years old, 64 years old, and they taught me how important everybody on the team is. And so Jordan, you can't say enough. I mean, the kid come in and she did anything we asked her to do. She's been working herself back from she played last year, first of all, down the stretch. She played hurt and give us everything she had, delayed surgery, played in a lot of pain, hit the home run at Auburn, and people didn't realize, like, she was in great pain. And then, fighting her way back through, and then going through all the things you go through to be a part of a team and family. And she's just been a blessing and a warrior for our program, and thank goodness she was there big for us this week.
Coach, after the game, you were talking about a monkey on you talking to the girls like a monkey on the back going into a gorilla and regional Glasgow. Do you mind elaborating on that point?
Well, I don't remember what year it was, but somewhere in my life here, 2018, 2019, when I first got to UL, I just assumed we were going to win the regional every other year. And at some point I said, don't worry, I don't want to be known as Regional Glasgow. And then we lost the regional. We were 52-4, and we lost the regional at Ole Miss. 2020, we're number one RPI in the country, and they canceled the season with COVID. 2021, we're 47-11, and we lose the regional championship. And then we're 47-13 last year, and we lost the regional. So the monkey had turned into a full-fledged gorilla. And I was thinking, when we lost that 6-0 lead, and it was 7-6, I thought, man, I had to go to a press conference. It ain't even a gorilla no more. It's like a 2,000-pound gorilla. And it's an emotional game, and you're thinking how you're going to be graceful when you're up 6-0, and then you're down 7-6. You're thinking how what you're going to say. You got to be nice, and you got to be graceful when you're making, you're not playing a good game, and then all of a sudden we win and we're ahead, and then you're back on top, and you're back to where you thinking what you need to say and what needs to be said properly. So it's huge to get the gorilla, not monkey, get the gorilla off my back, and I to give the girls did it. I mean, the players got the gorilla off my back. I didn't do anything. They just stepped up one by one and really played good. I want to add something really important that we recognize. We played all year for Gail Savoy, our biggest fan. And I've made it a statement with our team all year. We recognize Dr. Savoy's coming to these games. He's there supporting us. Gail was a huge part of our program. She was always there cheering for the girls. Last year, in the worst of times, she was texting my wife before the game, texting after the game, wanting to know what we had, always encouraging. And I'm thrilled for her. I keep thinking, nobody would have enjoyed today's game here more, and I know she's looking down really proud. Also, I brought Jerry in, came home to help me, and we talked about we're going to get this team back to the World Series. Raging Cajun program deserves to go to the World Series, and I made it a personal vow. I never told anyone. We're going to get back to the World Series, and part of the reason I want to get there is because, it was important. Sherry Ann was there helping me. We're going to finish the deal. So we're playing for some really big people that are looking down on us. We got a lot going for us in those big moments. And I just want to recognize that. And the other thing, our fan base. We got a great fan base, a passionate fan base. They love the Raging Cajuns. I know there's been times, when Regional Glasgow let them down, but we got to get this thing. We're going to get back to Oklahoma City for the Raging Cajun program and our fans.
Coach, you guys struggled defensively. I get an answer to the question. And then Alexa makes that great play in the seventh inning. What were you feeling when that happened? Did you think she was going to make it?
Yeah, Alexa, I thought Alexa played so good at shortstop. We play her everywhere. She's an unbelievable second baseman. Well, I said, we maybe the best second baseman in the country. She's playing at that level, but we need her at shortstop, and we put her back. Once we put her back at shortstop, I think we're something like 17-1 going into regional or something similar to that. We've been really good with her there. and give LSU credit, like those were errors, but them balls were hit hard. And you got to give, that's what great teams do. They hit the ball hard. They put some pressure on our defense, and we weren't clean, but they were hitting the ball really hard at us, and they just fought. And what about the catch? You know, Alexa makes the diving catch along the line. That was a gutty catch. When Maddie and Alexa almost collided, and Maddie stayed in there and took that ball, even though she was at risk right there, and Alexa was going hard. Those are gutty plays that's why you got to have gutty players to win big games. So, you know, that we did things that we can do better, but I thought we showed a lot of guts on the defensive side to be able to finish the game.
Coach, I can't even imagine how many decisions you've made since the first game of the year until now, in and out. Think of all the decisions you made, and how does it feel that now, you know, you kind of you're able to win at the end of all this?
You know, you make, you know, I told my coach this morning, I don't want to coach like this ever again. I hate coaching like we've coached this last week and the last season. I hate it. It's complicated. It's burdensome. And anytime you make a lot of decisions, you can make wrong decisions. But that's the way to win with this ball club. And so I'll take that responsibility, and you take the heat when it doesn't go good, and a lot of times it doesn't. You know, we had two pitchers. We took Carly out. People probably didn't understand, didn't realize we had Kendra Lamb in the batting order, and then we had somebody else, I think. But it was keeping Sissy out there because Sissy was so critical on defense, I felt like. And, you know, I learned that in the pro league. In the pro league, you got a coach. People think pro league, you just roll them out there. When you have 24 players on them NPF roster and they're all Americans, you got so many moves you can make, and if you're not willing to coach, you can't make those moves. And so that taught me that. And then I'm bringing it down. This year we've got the talent on our roster. Like, we got a really talented, deeper roster than what we've had. It's taken us a long time to recruit and get really deep, talented roster. And so now I want to use them all. And so we just, I mean, Vic was catching, and then she's at third, and Maddie's at left field, and then she's at third, and Stormy's everywhere, and Jordan's everywhere. And they got to all buy in. They got to trust you, because they could, if one player pouts and doesn't trust you, then it all goes down the tubes. And it took the team a little while to accept that. Like, it's not easy to accept what we're doing. You got to be willing to play for the team. And now it's a team wanting to play for each other, so we're right where we need to be.
Kevin, Corey, one or two more before we wrap up. Coach, congratulations. The 50th win of the year, a regional championship.